Hello, gossipers. Sharoni here. Please like, share, subscribe. Thank you for watching and thank you for listening. So, we're going to talk Blake Lively, Justin Baldoni, and Taylor Swift. Now, we know back in 2024, Blake Lively basically came out and said that Justin Baldoni harassed her and bullied her and just different accusations she was throwing at him. And people did their research and even had a website where everything for the movie It Ends With Us he posted on there, so like showing behind the scene and about texts and stuff like that, everything that Blake was talking about. Now, Candace Owens, she was in on it. I mean, she broke it down. A lot of people were saying that probably Justin's, attorney, they saw videos because Candace, she went step by step to prove situations where Blake was like, he did this and he did that. And then Candace would show the video showing opposite of what Blake would say. So right now, I think they go to court in May. I know he filed a defamation lawsuit against them and it was dropped. It has to do something with law and, just stuff like that. And, people were attacking him before, not knowing. And then all of a sudden, text messages, everything started coming out. And that's where Taylor Swift gets involved. So, Taylor was using our stardom. I'm Taylor Swift, blah, blah, blah. I can help, against Justin with Blake Lively. Now, the latest thing that to come out is a bunch more emails in which Taylor Swift is calling Justin Baldoni the B word. Can I say bitch on YouTube? Because there's certain, it's like every word now you can't say it. But we're going to read this article, sorry. It's a 4-minute read, so relax, grab your coffee, grab your tea if you're out in your garden, or just relax in and let's take a listen. Now, someone said that I don't know how to read, but hey, I go back in and out of my accent. If you can't tell, I'm Jamaican, but I've been living here for so long. Even that. My mom is like, oh my God, they're going to tell me to come out of the country. It's like, no, we've been here for almost 30 years since I was a girl. And we have our citizenship, but, who knows? So let's go. So it says, the battle between Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni as the new star. And it is Taylor Swift. And they call them the Mean Girls. The latest round of legal drama between actress Blake Lively and her It Ends With Us director Justin Baldoni offers incredible insight into the support network Lively relied on during and after the movie's production, including one of her good friends, Taylor Swift. According to unsealed documents filed in U.S. District Court in Manhattan on Tuesday and obtained by CNN, Lively spoke openly with friends about the trouble she allegedly experienced on the set of the 2024 movie, which she co-starred in alongside Justin Baldoni. Now, I hear people saying that the movie wasn't good and because of this, it taint the movie and they don't want to watch it. I watched it personally and I liked the movie. At the time when I watched the movie, I did, this wasn't out yet, all this lawsuits and stuff. But when I watched the movie, I did not know that it was a domestic violence movie. I did not know that. It's closer to the end of the movie where I started seeing signs. And I was like, oh, okay, I see where it's going. But I personally, I like the movie. Lively is accused Baldoni of sexual harassment and coordinating a plan to destroy her reputation, according to a suit filed against him and his production company, Wayfarer Studios. In one exchange with Swift, with whom she has a long-lasting friendship, Lively referred to Baldoni as her doofus director, according to the new filing. A year later, the two women text about Baldoni again, according to the new filing. This time ahead of a New York Times story that burst open the drama on set for all the public to see. I think this bitch knows something is coming because he's gotten out his tiny violin. So this is what Taylor Swift texted to Blake Lively. She said, I think this bitch knows something is coming and he's gotten out his tiny violin. Lively, along with a screenshot of an Instagram post from People magazine highlighting comments from Baldoni about being sexually traumatized in his past, according to legal documents. Swift likened the Lively Baldoni situation to a horror film no one knows is taking place, the document shows. CNN has reached out to Swift's representative for comment, but of course she's not going to say anything. The newly unsealed evidence shows the concerns of Miss Lively and others were documented in real time as early as spring 2023. So I guess that's when they started filming the movie. And Wayfarer understood them as sexual harassment concerns. Sigrid McCauley, a member of Lively's legal team, said in a statement to CNN. The evidence also documents how Wayfarer refused to investigate, but instead attempted to bury Miss Lively and others who spoke up through retaliation, she said. That's what the attorney is saying. That Wayfarer, they knew it was a sexual harassment concern, but they didn't take it seriously. Asked to comment on Matt Crowley's statement, Brian Friedman, a lawyer for Baldoni and Wayfarer, said the evidence does not support the claims as a matter of law. A simple read of the newly released message exchanges make the truth abundantly clear. We remain confident in the legal process and clearing the names of all the Justin Baldoni parties. After the New York Times published its article, We Can Bury Anyone Inside a Hollywood Smear Machine, Baldoni filed suit against the newspaper, alleging that the story was rife with inaccuracies, misrepresentations, and omissions, and relied on Lively's self-serving narrative. The story included content from a civil rights department complaint, typically kept confidential, that Lively had filed against Baldoni in December 2024, accusing him of sexual harassment and retaliation against her. So the rest of the article basically outlines, when the events started happening. And that I did a video. I'll try to link it to this video so you can go take a look. But yes, with the newly released text messages showing Taylor Swift, she was a lot more involved than she let on, right? Because I think Justin wanted to subpoena her to testify, something to that effect. And I don't know what happened, but they threw it out and, they're like, Taylor didn't have to say anything. And basically it was like she went up to the apartment, Blake's apartment, like for support or something to that effect. But, she wasn't there to bully or coerce or anything like that. But they were like, no, she definitely went up there as a smear campaign towards Baldoni. And again, the latest text shows where Taylor Swift called him a bitch. They're saying that Blake Lively was upset also because Justin Baldoni, he had the rights to the movie and she wanted the rights, and that they're also saying that every change she wanted made, that Justin made it for her, and she even brought in Ryan Reynolds, her husband, as an intimidator, I would say. When they were on set and stuff, Ryan would be there, lurking around, and it must have been uncomfortable knowing that someone's husband is there watching because of stories that were told. Now, when it comes to social media, I would say 90% of the people, they're taking Baldoni's side and, calling Blake Lively, Taylor Swift, even Ryan Reynolds, bullies. Because, this was a man who bought the rights to the book, his production studio, and she wanted it. And I look at stuff like this and I'm like, why couldn't he just fire her, right? But I guess when it comes to contracts and stuff like that, but it seems like she was making it not easy to be on set with. And we've heard, well, on social media, that she's not such a nice person. But anyways, gossipers, we'll keep this on track. But yeah, that was basically the latest news. Taylor Swift pretending that she wasn't that much involved, and it shows that through text messages she was one of the what you call it, bullies. We're gonna call her the bully. Anyways, gossipers, what are your thoughts? And as always, thank you for listening and watching.